Alright, what's up? It is Tuesday, March 17th. So my first lifting day I was able to get in this week. Usually I would do Monday if I first lifted day, but going through a little bit of a sickness here in this household, so a little bit thrown off, but just pushing back today. And still I'm personally feeling okay. So I'm hoping that continues. So starting off on this day here, starting off with deadlifts. Unfortunately here I didn't get to record my top set here, which is 475 from 4 for some reason. My camera got screwed up here on that set, so I swear I did it, even though I don't have any footage of it. Moved on there to 2 down sets, 425 for 6 sets. Moved on to a superset here, incline bench. Paired these up with Yates rows. It's my first time doing 2 plates, 225 there on incline bench. Definitely felt heavy. I was only able to get 2 reps there, but still it's cool to put that weight on the bar. Follow that up with 2 back down sets, knocking 20 pounds off each time. And these Yates rows I've been really liking. This is like the longest stretch I've been able to have barbell rows in my program, like a barbell row variant. But these are just feeling really nice lately, so I'm going to keep rolling with them. And then to end the day here, did some more like isolation style exercises, some ab work, some rear delt flies. Moved on to some arm supersets here. I tried these incline cable like tricep extension things again, which I just had tried I think on Saturday, which I had done it that day with like a bar that didn't rotate, really screwed up my wrists. Actually not so much that, especially with my left one here, I had to wear wrist wraps there on my incline bench because it's hurting today. But this time I did it with like 2 independent like rope style handles, and that felt a lot better. So yeah, good day overall. All right, what's up? It is Thursday, March 19th. I just got done with a full body day. Starting off this day, I paired up 2 exercises here, some face pulls and some glute ham raises. With the face pulls, I dropped the weight a little bit because I really want to start focusing on getting some external rotation there with these more than I was in the past. Because also on this day, as you'll see, I do some behind the neck push presses. So just as the first exercise, just to get some of that, get my shoulders ready for that position a little bit later on. And then on glute ham raises, this is my first time doing them unassisted without band assistance. Hamstrings have always been a real weakness of mine. I pulled them a number of times when I was in high school. And ever since then, they've just been a struggle for me. So yeah, but I was happy to finally get these done without any band assistance and 3 sets of 8, 8, and 7. I was happy with that. Moving on then to some behind the neck push press here. I got 3 sets, 195 for 5, 185 for 7, and 165 for 9. I also paired these up with some which is 90 pounds for 2 sets of 7. The behind the neck push presses there, my top set last week it was the same weight, 195 for 5. But I remember on my 4th rep there, I didn't feel like I had locked it out. So this week, I really wanted to lock them out. So I felt like this week was a lot more solid than last week. I think I really actually, hit that rep target, saw cleanly. So I was happy with that. And yeah, next time I do them, I'll be moving up in weight on that top set there. Next up on this day, in terms of what I would usually do on this day, I normally do some just normal dumbbell Bulgarian split squats for some single leg squat work. But after Tuesday, this deadlift was really having me feeling beat up for some reason. I don't know. So I decided instead to do these belt squat Bulgarians just to take some of that pressure off of the back, just because I was feeling a little bit beat up today. These felt okay. I think I could have done with a little bit more elevation there on the front foot because the weights were kind of bottoming out at the bottom. But yeah, overall these felt pretty good. I was able to push the reps relatively high and got a solid leg, solid quad pump there. And then the last thing of the day, do these 3 exercises kind of in a rotation. There's some 93 back extensions, just 65 pounds for 10 sets of 2. 2 sets of 10, I meant to say. Moving on to some Russian twists there, just 20 pounds for 2 sets. And then these landmine sissy squats. Again, new exercise to me, so I'm trying to progress slowly, but liking them so far. So yeah, good day here. All right, what's up? It is Friday, March 20th. Just got done with a lower body day here today. Again, kind of like yesterday, I feel a little bit beat up, and I have a planned deload next week anyway, so I kind of just decided to push my deload back like 2 days. So today and tomorrow, I'm just going to take as like an early deload, just because I've been feeling a little bit beat up. So that's what you're seeing here today, is basically a deload leg day. Started off with some these slides leg curls that I like to start off my lower body days with. And then my squat choice of the day was these belt squats. A little bit sketchy getting the position for these. I'm only doing it with 100 pounds, but I got 5 sets there. I decided to do like escalating reps, just because I don't know, apparently I just hate myself or something. So I got 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that was definitely felt the legs burn there for sure. So I was glad to get a little bit of a leg burn pump in even on a deload leg day. Moving on to some single leg hinge work, and this today was these 45-degree back extensions, just with this 20-pound med ball. And then kind of like the last thing I did before what you'll see, which is like an Achilles rehab program that I'm on, was some Jefferson curls, just with 125 on the bar, and ab rollers. Again, with these ab rollers, man, I couldn't even get one standing today, so I was definitely feeling tired. So looking forward to the deload next week, and these last 2 days, and coming back stronger the following week for sure. And then yeah, I've been dealing with a bit of a pissed off Achilles. It's not like torn or anything, but I've been dealing with it for months now. But progressing through a rehab program finally. This is actually the last planned week that I have for it. I can still feel it. It's still a little bit painful at times, but it's definitely way better than it used to be. So yeah, I'm really trying to get back to doing some more athletic style moves and some jumps. And when the weather gets nicer here, I'm hoping to do some sprints too. But yeah, just definitely trying to ease back into that because it has not been a fun rehab process for me. And the last thing I did here, just some really boring footage, just some single leg calf raises. All right, what's up? It is Saturday morning, March 21st. Just got done with an upper body day. Since I decided to do these last 2 days of the week as basically the beginning of my deload leading into next week, I kind of took the opportunity this day to try out some slight variations on exercises that I would normally do, see if I like them, and I put them in the next block. So starting off just with some shoulder isolation work, some dumbbell lateral raises and rear delt flies. Then moving on here, I did these seated overhead presses, which I haven't done for a long time, and damn are they humbling. Those were tough. I was only able to get one plate just for 3 sets of 6, but they felt pretty good. So I may put those into the next my next block instead of doing what I would normally do is behind the neck presses. Pair those up with some dumbbell chest supported rows. Just really like these. I really like this exercise. That's just been a staple for me, so probably going to continue to be so. Next up, just a weighted calisthenics circuit here. Put on a 25-pound vest, did some weighted push-ups, 2 sets of 20, and some weighted chin-ups, 2 sets of 12. Next up was these dumbbell floor flies, and paired those up with some rear delt work. And then obviously to end off the day here, I had to do some arms. So did some dumbbell alternating curls and some dumbbell rolling extensions.